Hi there, it's Debs here and welcome. I wanted to talk today about real life problems. I was speaking to somebody recently and they said, I love what you do in the world, I love what you share, but I have got real problems. My problems aren't anything to do with my thinking, my problems are real. Now, I know most people end up on a spiritual journey when things get really, really tough as a last resort. I know that was my experience. I didn't start looking in this direction till my life was in pretty much in ruins. I was in a terrible place. So a lot of people come to a spiritual journey at that point. And many of us look in this direction and listen to things and play lip service to the things that are said, because it can be quite a big jump to believe that our own mind creates the reality that we live in, because it doesn't appear that way. It appears that reality is something outside of us that's coming at us and nothing to do with what is happening within us. And when I say within us, I'm talking about our own consciousness. All of us as human beings are aware that we are conscious. We are aware of being aware. So you know, if you're listening to this, you know you're listening to this. And before you become aware, you probably know you're listening to this and know who you are. But before we become aware of who we are aware that we are aware. Does that make sense? It's like, you know you're listening to this, and then you stop and think of yourself as John Smith or Deborah Simmons or whoever you are listening to this. So we have awareness, and that awareness is our consciousness. And consciousness is, we are within consciousness. Consciousness isn't something that happens in our brain or that is within us. Consciousness is the allness of everything, and we arise within that consciousness. But we are a part of that we are consciousness. And consciousness is the only reality. That is the only thing. And that is, now I'm not a scientist. I don't view these things in that way. I definitely use my heart and an inner knowing. But science, many scientists, Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about consciousness being what creates reality. And spiritual teachers for centuries have pointed us in that direction. We are conscious beings. We have this conscious, we are something that arises in this consciousness. And that is the only reality. And we, in our human form, we are aware of that consciousness. We are aware of stuff. We know that we have thoughts. We know that we have feelings. We can imagine things. We can think things. We have a mind that is one mind, but with two parts to it, a conscious and a subconscious. And the way that science is proving that we work, is that our thoughts, our imagination, the thoughts that we believe to be true create our reality. And so when we begin to look in that direction and begin to understand that it's not about controlling our thinking, because I don't know about you, if you've ever tried to control your thoughts, that doesn't work for me. I can't control what I think. I can't make what I think happen. But what I have seen happen is a little bit in the same way as when we are bringing up a child. We can't control our children, but we can guide them, we can teach them, and we can mold them into beautiful human beings. Equally, we can guide them in the wrong direction. We can do all sorts of things that make our children, there's a lot of adults in the world today that haven't had that loving guidance. And look at the mess that the world is in, look at the mess that we were in. And a lot of us don't get that loving guidance, not because our parents don't love us, but because they simply don't know. And that was definitely the situation that I found myself in. So a little bit like when we're bringing up a child and we love them and guide them in the right direction. To me, that's what I do with my thoughts. That's what I do with my own mind. I love my thinking. I love my thoughts, but I guide it. When I have a thought, when a thought occurs to me, I look at whether believing that thought Does it make me feel good? Is it going to take me in the direction of what I want in my life? And I know before I was on a spiritual journey, before I had any of this understanding, if a thought landed in my mind, I believed that every thought that was in my mind was truth. It was there for a reason, to show me something. What I really know now is when I think something, I check in with how I'm feeling and where I'm going in my life. And if a thought is if it's beneficial for me to think that, and if it feels good, then I continue to think it. If it's not, then I turn my attention away from it. And it's as simple as that. That is how we create, by looking at what it is we're thinking and the feeling that it comes with, and deciding whether to give our attention to that thinking more. It's definitely an art that we have to learn. It's a bit like running a marathon. You're not going to sit on your sofa every day for 2 years and then get up and run a marathon without that being really, really difficult. And it's very much the same here. If you've never loved and guided your mind, you're not going to do it in the first moment that you try. It's an art. It's something that you learn. It's something that becomes a way of life and that you come back to. Guiding your mind to be your most helpful asset, to be your best friend, not something that judges and criticizes absolutely everything you say and do. So it's definitely an ongoing learning. And the more we learn about our mind, the more we guide it in a beautiful direction, the more we think beautiful things and feel into those thoughts and turn our attention away from judgment, nastiness, unkindness, unloving thoughts, whether those thoughts be about ourselves or be about someone else. The more we turn away from that type of thinking and tune into, give energy, give consciousness to the beautiful thoughts that we think, the better and better our life gets. And that goes for real life, everyday situations that we all find ourselves in. Those moments when our kids come in from school, throw their school bag on the floor, say, I hate you, hate life, hate the people in my class, this person's bullying me. The moment when we are ill, where the people that we love become ill, when we have no money, when we find that we haven't got money for the things that we want and we love and we want to do. In any situation, there is not a situation that can happen in this world that understanding that what we give our attention to, what we put our consciousness onto, we get more of. What we take it away from withers and dies. So when we have those problems, they seem huge, and the way that we have been taught to live, it feels crazy to take our attention away. If our child is struggling and being bullied or something terrible is happening, to take our attention away from it and allow our consciousness to show us a solution is really, really difficult for most human beings. But from my own experience, my own lived experience with my life, my children and my grandchildren, my business, with all sorts of things I've been through, I've seen that this is the way that we create a life we love. This is how we become who we were meant to be. This is how we step into conscious creating and creating what we want in any given moment. This is how we do it, by giving our attention to thoughts that genuinely, deeply make us feel good, and taking our attention, our consciousness away from thoughts which do not serve us. So I hope there's been something useful in that video. Please do give it a like if you enjoyed this. Please do subscribe if you like my channel, and come back and watch more of my videos. Please feel free to comment if there's anything that you want me to make a video about, anything you want me to expand on. I'm very, very happy to do that. And hopefully I will see you somewhere soon. Take care. Have a great day.